Foundry, doesn't he?
I don't know if he still does or not, but yeah.
He did own it.
He did own it, yeah.
Does he own the Foundry in Cleveland?
I think he's involved in it somehow.
I know his recording studio is still there.
I didn't get a chance to. We were at the M3 festival last year, and Billy was there with Tuff. He was their guitar player, and we only got to. You know how it goes. You know, it's like you shuffle in, you shuffle out.
Yeah,
right.
There's not a whole lot of time to chat, but so we didn't really get to catch up. So, but the last I heard, he was involved in the Foundry.
Yeah, I really like that.
Last time that my band played up at the Foundry, Billy just he actually stuck around because we were the first band that played, and he looked at me and he's like, "Dude, you got a killer voice, man." I'm like, "Thanks,
cool,
dude."
Coming out of you, I mean, I can expect you to ride. It was shocking.
Dude, it was literally
still
the
amazing every time I see it.
Dude, like when Billy Morris told me I was a decent screamer and a good vocalist and I had a good stage presence, I'm like, 80s boner. I feel the hairspray rising. And that's the weird thing. My drummer gives me shit all the time for loving 80s hair metal and shit.
I think a majority of it is very, very good.
Dude, like
one of my favorite bands is Slaughter. I love Slaughter.
Slaughter's the shit.
We've played with them more times than I can count.
Yeah, you guys tour with them quite frequently in those packages, aren't they? Aren't both of you guys on the packages?
They package us together. I mean, they're with a different agency than we are, but somehow we still wind up being packaged together on some of these shows. We did one last year together, and they got one of the most entertaining drummers I have ever seen, if not the most entertaining drummer I've ever seen, Zoltan Chaney.
Yeah.
This guy's monstrous. He does things on drums I've never seen. I mean,
What happened to their original drummer? I've always wanted to know. I've never, I guess, looked into it enough.
I honestly don't know.
Slaughter and Quiet Riot was the very first concert I ever went to.
Nice.
It was about 3 months before Kevin died. But no, it was a great show. But anyway, so you toured with Janie Lane for a while. And then
God rest his soul.
And then he went back to Warren.
Yeah, and then I went back home, and I thought, well, that was fun while it lasted. I had my little moment in the national spotlight for a minute.
Right.
And
the 15 minutes of fame.
Now I'm back home. I said, well, the golden carriage just turned into a big pumpkin. and then I got a phone call from Bill Leverty, the guitarist of Firehouse.
Yeah.
And he had told me that Billy Morris, he'd heard that they were looking for a bass player that could sing. And Billy recommended me to them, so I got a call, and I said, "Well, yeah, I'm interested." And they said, "Well, we're working with this other bass player right now, and we're gonna give this guy a try, and we're gonna see how it works out. But we're keeping you in mind." And I'm thinking to myself, "Yeah, sure you are."
Yeah. Thanks for being nice, man.
But then I get a call. Not long after that, and they're calling me back, and this time they want me in the band.
Nice.
Apparently things weren't working out with this other bass player, and I'm like, fine. When where am I going?
Where do I sign, man?
And they said, well, we're playing in Omaha this weekend. You have that much time to prepare.
Oh my God!
And I'm like, so I went out and bought the entire Firehouse catalog and crammed day and night on the bass lines and the harmony vocals. And then I play in Omaha. I mean, I had no actual rehearsal with the band.
Was that your first time meeting the guys, too?
No. The night before we went to Omaha, I went to Leverty's house and in his studio, and we did a little run-through, just me playing along with the live recordings of them playing.
Yeah.
And that's when I discovered something else. I had learned the wrong vocal harmonies. Apparently there was a really high fifth harmony that I didn't think was there. And so I sang the harmonies, and they go, "No, you're not singing this part. You're singing this one." And I was like, "Mother." And I thought, well, if I want this gig, I'm going to have to sing these parts.
Get the vice grips out.
So I relearned those parts, and I had to learn that before we played the next night.
Yeah.
So
crazy,
we played the next night, and that's when I met the singer.
Yeah.
You know, I met him day of show.
Wow.
Hey, I'm CJ. How you doing? And I know behind his eyes, I know he's thinking, who the hell is this guy and what is he doing here? But during sound check, they said, pick a song. What do you want to do? So I said, let's do All She Wrote. Because it starts
that's my favorite Firehouse song.
He's like, oh my god, I love All She Wrote from Firehouse. I'm so fucking excited.
Yeah, dude.
Well, that was the four-part a cappella harmony at the beginning. And I thought, well, if I'm going to establish myself, this is the time to do it.
Yeah, there you go, man.
So Michael counts it off. And I love the way he counts off because he doesn't count off with the sticks.
Yeah.
He counts off with the kick drum and the cymbals.
Nice.
You know, I mean, big, gigantic arena count off.
Yeah.
And then we sing the harmony part, and then I played it, and then I sang all the harmony parts, and all of a sudden this nervousness that was in all their faces, you know, like, oh God, we have a show tonight. What if this guy's not good? All of a sudden that disappeared. Michael was back behind the kit. He was smiling ear to ear. He goes, "Oh, this is going to work," and just like that, and even then, I thought this is going to be temporary.
Yeah.
Because even then, they told me they were going to be trying people, and I played approximately 6 shows with them, and they said, "You're the guy.
Nice.
You're in."
Hell yeah, dude.
Now, were these 6 shows like consecutively, or was it spread out over time?
It was a tour. It was Warrant and Firehouse and a couple of bands from the Midwestern part, from Missouri and Iowa and around that part. There were 2 other bands on that tour, and it was exactly 6 shows. So at the end of that stretch, that's when the guys came to me and they go, "You're the guy. You want the job?"
Maybe. Let me think about it. Yeah.
Now, do the rest of the guys live in the area here?
No. Bill and Michael live in Richmond, Virginia, where that's where they both originated, and that's where we just played and sold out the National Theater. CJ is originally from Lock Haven, Pennsylvania. Well, that's where he grew up. He was born in D.C. He then moved to Florida, spent a lot of time down there in the Tampa area. Then he met the woman he ended up marrying and moved near Milwaukee.
Oh, shit.
They've been married for probably 9 years, but it's about to end.
Uh-oh.
And so he is in the process of going back to Florida as we speak. And I feel for the guy because I don't know, I would be a mess if my marriage were to dissolve because I love my family.
Yeah.
So is there anything we can expect from Firehouse in the near to distant future?
Well, it's interesting you asked that because while we were in Japan, we met with a guy from a label there named King Records, and they want to negotiate with the band on the whole process of recording and releasing a brand new Firehouse album with new material. And so we'll see how that shakes out.
Nice.
Wow.
That would be actually really cool.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, because
I played on the band's last album, basically re-recordings of.
Yeah, they were just
old
remasтерings. And everything, right? Yeah.
And basically reclaiming the rights to all their songs.
Yeah, there you go.
So, you're also in another band, I believe. I actually seen you and sent me an invite to the page. It was a Rush tribute band, I believe.
Right, I'm Spaghetti Lee.
Oh my god.
Now, actually, the guys refer to me as Fogetty.
Fogetty, that's funny as fuck.
So, and in that band, I basically play Getty's role: the keyboards, the bass pedals, singing, and the drummer is ridiculous. He does all the electronic stuff and all the and
so he's probably got a pretty decent sized kit too.
Oh, massive kit.
Loaded's fun, isn't it?
And the guy that we formed, the other guy that formed the band with me, the Alex Lifeson of the band, Scott Summers. He is a rep for Roland Electronics.
Really?
Big sales rep. He's got a multi-state area to cover. He just came back from NAMM show, and he basically provided me with all my toys that I use in that band. Everything's rolling on stage except my bass.
Yeah, there you go. What's do you emulate Getty with the Rickenbacker or?
No, I use the bass I use in Firehouse only because it resembles a Fender Jazz, what he plays now. And it has a similar sound.
Yeah.
And so I use it, but everything else, my amp, for both keyboards and bass, and all my keyboards and foot pedals is all Roland.
Nice. Roland's a good company.
Oh, it's great stuff, and even better yet, when you have a rep in the band, you don't have to pay for nothing.
It's almost like having a sponsorship, but better.
So is it tough to manage your time being in Permanent Waves, Fox, and Firehouse?
It is. I'm basically pulling a gigantic juggling act. Like I said, I have my wife, my family, Firehouse, Fox, Permanent Waves. It is a lot to juggle, but the other guys have projects too.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's not like we other than Firehouse, it's not like the other projects are fully committed. They're just things we do when we have time to do them.
Let me take a quick break. Alan, are you sticking around or are you taking off?
Well, I can hang for a bit, sure.
All right, cool. Let me take a quick break. Earlier, Sonny, Kenny, and I were talking about Racing Never being here on Friday.
Yep. Awesome.
So, this is Burnt from Erasing Never. We will be right back on the Crash Part with Alan McKenzie from Firehouse. Don't go anywhere.